Understandably, the internet's ablaze with claims about these events and whether other powerful figures were involved too. Shocking allegations levelled at Sean Diddy Combs have burst the floodgates on salacious claims about an industry many people believe harboured a monster.
She's in those two
She's
songs.
a backup singer. She's
backup singer for Jay-Z in 2001.
Okay, but she ain't Beyonce. She ain't Rihanna.
She has been around.
I've talked to hundreds that I deal with still myself. I have 3 victims right now.
Okay, I don't know where parties you're at with that
No,
baby.
not parties, but she's been in front of the camera for a while.
Never.
American Gangster, while that one guy comes out with the song Heart of the City.
What happens when a guest on a talk show makes wild accusations against 2 of the biggest names in music? Piers Morgan found out the hard way when Jaguar Wright dropped some serious bombshells about Jay-Z and Beyoncé on his show. But there's more to this story than just celebrity gossip. It's a tale of media responsibility, legal threats, and a very public apology. As Wright's words echoed across social media, a powerful force was mobilizing behind the scenes. How would Piers Morgan navigate the storm, brewing between journalistic integrity and legal jeopardy? The entertainment world was set ablaze by Jaguar Wright's explosive allegations against Jay-Z and Beyoncé on Piers Morgan's show. Social media platforms erupted with heated debates, fans expressing disbelief, and critics questioning the validity of Wright's claims. The interview quickly became a trending topic, with millions of views and shares across various platforms. However, the initial shock and buzz soon gave way to a more serious development. Behind the scenes, Jay-Z and Beyoncé's legal team swiftly sprang into action.
Their lawyers contacted us to say that those claims were totally false and have no basis in fact, and we've therefore complied with the legal request to cut them from the original interview.
He goes, talk about a gender difference. It's so interesting about Diddy. He goes, prior to 2005.
Understandably, the internet's ablaze with claims about these events and whether other powerful figures were involved too.
Okay, can I say one thing?
Yeah.
2 things can be true at once. Diddy could be an absolute dirtbag, guilty of everything. It was actually 50-50, these allegations that kept coming in, men and women. 50% men, 50% women.
They reached out to Morgan's team with a clear message. Wright's statements had no basis in fact. The power couple's attorneys weren't just expressing disagreement, they were demanding action. The lawyer's request was unequivocal. They wanted Wright's statements removed from the interview. This put Morgan in a precarious position. On one hand, he had a responsibility to his audience and the principles of free speech. On the other, he faced potential legal consequences if he didn't comply with the request from Jay-Z and Beyoncé's legal team. The situation drew parallels to Morgan's own words about cries of fire in a crowded theater, a reference to the limits of free speech when it potentially causes harm. Now he found himself at the center of a similar dilemma. The allegations made on his show could be seen as damaging to Jay-Z and Beyoncé's reputations, potentially crossing the line from free speech into defamation. The legal implications for Morgan and his show were significant. If the claims were indeed false, as Jay-Z and Beyoncé's lawyers asserted, Morgan could face a defamation lawsuit. Such legal action could result in substantial financial damages and, perhaps more importantly for a media figure like Morgan, severe damage to his credibility and reputation.
I have both. I have Jaguar Wright's accusations against Jay-Z and Beyoncé, and then I have Piers Morgan
do that. Go for it, Rob. Yeah.
Shocking allegations levelled at Sean Diddy Combs have burst the floodgates on salacious claims about an industry many people believe harboured a monster. But, like the proverbial cries of fire in a crowded theatre, there are legal limits on us too.
Okay, I don't know where parties you're at with that
No,
baby.
not parties, but she's been in front of the camera for a while.
Never.
The reality of the modern world is that pretty much everyone has a platform as long as they have something to say that other people want to hear.
Moreover, this incident raised questions about the responsibility of platforms in the digital age. In an era where information spreads at lightning speed, the potential for unverified claims to cause harm is greater than ever. Morgan's show, like many others, walks a fine line between providing a platform for diverse voices and ensuring the credibility of the information shared. The situation also highlighted the challenges of content management in the YouTube era. Unlike traditional broadcast media, where content is typically vetted before airing, YouTube's model allows for quicker publication. This speed can be a double-edged sword, allowing for timely discussions, but also increasing the risk of broadcasting potentially harmful or unverified claims. Morgan's next move wasn't just about one interview, it was about the future of media itself. In a world where unverified claims can reach millions in seconds, where does free speech end and accountability begin? The answer would force us to confront an uncomfortable reality about the power of words in the digital age. Piers Morgan found himself at the center of a modern media storm, grappling with the consequences of giving a platform to explosive, unverified claims. The incident highlighted the double-edged sword of free speech in the digital era, where the line between journalistic freedom and responsible reporting has become increasingly blurred. Morgan's statement about the responsibility of platforms in the modern world echoed a growing concern in the media landscape. He acknowledged the need for balance between providing a space for diverse voices and ensuring the credibility of the information shared. This dilemma is not unique to Morgan, but reflects a broader challenge faced by media personalities and platforms in an age of instant communication. The YouTube era has dramatically changed the landscape of content management. Unlike traditional broadcast media, where content typically undergoes rigorous vetting before airing, YouTube's model allows for quicker publication. This speed can be both a blessing and a curse. It enables timely discussions on current events, but also increases the risk of broadcasting potentially harmful or unverified claims. Morgan's show, like many others on the platform, walks this fine line daily. The ethical considerations of editing interviews and the potential consequences of broadcasting unverified claims came into sharp focus with this incident. On one hand, there's the principle of presenting unfiltered content, allowing guests to speak freely. On the other, there's the responsibility to protect individuals from potentially damaging false allegations. This balancing act is becoming increasingly difficult in an era where information spreads rapidly and can have real-world consequences within minutes. Morgan's history with contentious statements adds another layer to this situation. His controversial departure from Good Morning Britain, after comments about Meghan Markle, serves as a reminder of the power of words and the responsibility that comes with a public platform. That incident, like this one with Jay-Z and Beyoncé, underscores the potential repercussions of making or platforming controversial statements without proper verification.
How many victims?
There was none for her.
How many victims potentially do you think there could be?
What if she's right? What if all these things that she's seen, because she was a dominatrix. She said she used to work at these parties and tie guys up and whip them.
Well, last week I interviewed Jaguar Wright, a singer-songwriter who's made claims about Diddy for years.
She's in those two
She's a
songs.
backup singer.
She is,
She's
yeah.
not
Backup
the-
singer for
she's not
Jay-Z in
the-
2001.
Okay, but she ain't Beyonce. She
No,
ain't
of course
Rihanna.
not.
She has
She
been
ain't Aaliyah.
around.
What do you think happened with Kim
Keeping
Porter?
people against their will.
The challenge for Morgan, and indeed for all media figures in the digital age, is to navigate the space between free speech and responsible journalism. It's a delicate balance that requires careful consideration of the potential impact of every word broadcast. In an era where a single tweet can spark a global conversation, the responsibility of media platforms has never been greater. The power of words cuts both ways. While unverified claims can spread like wildfire, so too can a well-timed apology change the course of a scandal. As pressure mounted, Piers Morgan faced a career-defining moment that would test the limits of journalistic integrity in the digital era. Piers Morgan, known for his controversial style and unapologetic approach, found himself in unfamiliar territory. The host of Piers Morgan Uncensored took to Twitter to issue a public apology to Jay-Z and Beyoncé. In his statement, Morgan acknowledged the gravity of the situation, admitting that his show had broadcast false and defamatory allegations against the power couple. Morgan's apology was unexpected for many who were familiar with his usual stance. He stated, "We accept that these allegations should not have been broadcast. We have removed the interview from all our platforms and apologize to Mr. and Mrs. Carter." This direct admission of fault marked a significant departure from Morgan's typically combative persona. The implications of this apology extend far beyond a single incident. For a high-profile figure like Morgan to admit an error in judgment sends a powerful message about the importance of accountability in media.
Those claims had already received a lot of attention in the media across many platforms for many years. And that's the thing about platforms.
American Gangster, while that one guy comes out with the song Heart of the City.
And who knows? She's not credible or lie detector test or whatever.
I've talked to hundreds that I deal with still myself. I have 3 victims right now.
Editing interviews is not something we do lightly at a show called Uncensored.
So she's utilizing this 15 minutes of fame, and there she is right there. But also, Jaguar Wright could be looking for her 15 minutes of fame.
It demonstrates that even the most outspoken personalities can and should take responsibility when they've made a mistake, especially when it comes to potentially damaging allegations. However, the incident raises questions about Morgan's credibility and the future of his show. While the apology might be seen as a positive step, it also highlights a lapse in the show's fact-checking processes. Viewers and critics alike may now scrutinize future episodes more closely, wondering if proper vetting procedures are in place to prevent similar incidents. The broader implications for celebrity journalism are significant. This case serves as a stark reminder of the potential consequences of broadcasting unverified claims, especially when they involve high-profile individuals. It underscores the crucial role of fact-checking in an era where information spreads rapidly across social media platforms. Moreover, the incident highlights the evolving nature of media responsibility in the digital age. With the lines between traditional journalism and social media commentary becoming increasingly blurred, public figures like Morgan must navigate a complex landscape. They must balance the desire for engaging, controversial content with the ethical obligation to ensure accuracy and fairness. The apology also raises questions about the role of platforms like YouTube in content moderation. While YouTube provides a powerful platform for diverse voices, it also bears some responsibility for the content it hosts. This incident may prompt discussions about how platforms can better support content creators in maintaining journalistic standards without stifling free speech. For media consumers, this case serves as a reminder to approach sensational claims with a critical eye. In an age where misinformation can spread rapidly, it's crucial for audiences to seek out multiple sources and fact-check extraordinary allegations before accepting them as truth. As for Morgan himself, the long-term impact on his career remains to be seen. While the apology may have mitigated some of the immediate backlash, rebuilding trust with his audience and potential future guests could be a challenging process. It may require a re-evaluation of his show's approach to controversial topics and a renewed commitment to thorough fact-checking.